Most golfers trying to improve are doing this, turning in the downswing like we see the best players in the world. But when they do try to do that, this happens. They completely lose control over the golf ball. And why that is because just turning is all they're trying to do. You have to have one other crucial part of body motion in your downswing to be able to make this work, and that is shifting as you turn. That is what's going to give you that elite control. You need the blend of shift and rotation together, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video with great feels and great drills to get this blended in perfectly. But before we get to those, we need to understand exactly why just turning alone ruins so many golfers. So when golfers are just trying to turn in a downswing, they run into these three main problems. The first problem is they will start to have really poor contact, because when you just try to turn, what most golfers do is they will use their dominant side. They will use the right side of their body, causing this motion, kicking out with that trail side. So you can see the knee going forward, the heel coming up. But what that does, that gets my body closer to the golf ball if we're just turning with that right side. And what happens? You're going to see how I'm going to meet the hosel more times than not. So if you don't make a counter adjustment coming into impact, like backing up with the upper body, which can then cause you to hit fins and top shots, early extension, that's the only way for you to hit a good golf shot. So that's where I would demonstrate here, but I'll probably miss my net entirely. Let's see if I can still do it and hit one into my net. So really just turning, which pushes off the side. It really makes striking really tough. I was being super careful with that. That ball would have hooked off the planet, which we'll get to in a minute. So first and foremost, it really makes contact really, really tough. Shanks, tops, thins, you can easily fat it from there, which is the second point here. When you're just turning in the second fault, golfers will just keep their weight and pressure back on that trail side. So the obvious there, and what will happen when your pressure is back on the trail side, your low point is going to get either level with the golf ball or behind. So you're going to hit fat shots, you're going to hit thin shots, you're going to hit top shots. Really, really easy. If you're just trying to turn, you're going to hit that ground first. Did you see that? I accidentally nudged the ball just before I took the club back. That's a bit of a panic trying to hit the ball from there. But you're going to have really bad control of your consistency from there. So that's one part. The second part of this fault is what you'll see with the club in the downswing. When you start to turn and just turn, you stay back on that trail side, the club starts to throw way over the top. You really get that nasty slice ball flight, big pulls, horrible. You'll see a lot less distance as well when you do that specific just turning back on the trail side. So that is your second. You're going to have terrible contact in regard to your fat shots, your thin shots, your low point's going to get bad and you're going to swing over the top. But thirdly, something that most golfers are trying to do, and they're trying to get more turn for, is to calm down what the club face does going through the golf ball, getting more of a passive release. We need to continue to turn to be able to calm down all the flip that a lot of golfers have, lots of roll release. But when golfers just try to turn, they end up doing more of it. Why is that? Because when you just try to turn, we'll see a lot of golfers do the classic spinning out. So they'll really just turn, right side push forward like we said from earlier. You would end up getting stuck with your trail arm, hips in, get to their maximal point of rotation. So then you just have to flip. That's the only thing that can move through the golf ball then. You can't just continue to turn through the golf ball. You would stall out hips, get stuck, have to push everything out. It will get nasty quickly. When I do that demonstration, that's exactly what happens to me every single time. So you would end up, yes, turning what looks like you're turning okay from the top of the swing, but you'd end up getting stuck and flip. You're going to have shank shots every now and again, nasty, and you're going to have terrible contact, or possibly swing over the top. You might not do all three of them. Normally you see golfers doing one, but you'll be having a terrible time. That'll be why you're on YouTube here looking for help if you are doing all three. Luckily, I'm going to help you out here because this is what we've got to do and how we've got to do this properly. Brilliant feel to do for this and some great drills. So let's get to that. So how do we blend the two together and what benefits does it make on my swing? So, okay, let's talk about how does it make my swing better first. So as we are starting our downswing, we're getting that shift and the turn at the same time. So when we're doing that, we're generally going to be using our left side a little bit better because we're shifting on top of the left side, turning at the same time. And what that's going to do, that's going to help strike location a bunch. Your swing's not going to be pushed out because you're going to be moving a lot less with that right side. Your low point's going to get a ton better. And that shift that you blended in there will help you drop the club a little bit more on path. And because we'll be using the left side better, you're going to turn a lot more. So let's do a swing here, moving through and blending in the shift and the turn. And then how do we do that? It's all by a feel. So the best feel for this to get the body shifting and turning, because so many golfers think you bump then you turn, no, you do it both together, is think of this here, the belt buckle. Your belt buckle, you want to feel that as soon as you start your downswing, get behind your left heel. That's what you want. Get it behind that left heel. So that is going to blend the two in perfectly. Because at the top of our backswing, where is our belt buckle? It's in the middle of our stance. So if I move that in transition to behind my left heel, I'm shifting. I'm not bumping, I'm shifting pressure into the left side. But at the same time, as you're going to see from the down the line angle, I'm getting my left hip going back, which is getting me the rotation. So that's where it starts to use the left side as the governor of your rotation rather than your right. And that's one of the many hard things with golf. Again, right-handed golfer like myself, usually right arm dominant, usually right side dominant, is we need to use our non-dominant side to do our rotation and to do our shifting, of course. Some golfers find it successful by pushing off of their right side. I'm just not one of them. And I feel like most golfers aren't. So using that left side by getting the belt buckle, going back behind that left heel, and then just keep that body moving through from there. That's going to get you an adequate amount of shift, and that's going to get you starting that turn nicely. Brilliant. Okay, so that's, like we said, going to help club fall on pass, going to help that low point get more forward from the better shifting. It's going to help your strike location a ton. We need to blend that shift in as well. Let's talk about a drill when you're practicing to go nail this, because you could do that thought with the belt buckle out on the golf course and be great immediately. But let's get the practice in. So my favorite drill to blend both of these together and get the reps in is something I've done an absolute ton. I find this incredibly difficult, and so do many golfers. But you can't just turn from here, you can't just shift, you have to blend the two together naturally. And it's called the step through drill. So what we do, we set up to the golf ball just like normal. You bring your left foot over to your right foot, club then goes in between the 2 feet, and as soon as you take the club back, you step forward. So what this does, this emulates an early pressure shift that we see a lot of the best players in the world do. A lot of the best players in the world, as soon as they get from left arm parallel and moving there up to the top of their backswing, their pressure would already be moving forward. Their belt buckle would already be moving towards back behind their left hip. So this kind of emulates that, over-exaggerates it. And once we step forward, we ultimately just swing through and hit the shot, and you'll be blending those together. It makes it a little bit more athletic. Now for me, with my cerebral palsy, it makes it really difficult to do because it affects my left side. So again, guys, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this too. As my disability really affects my left side a lot, which is why this drill is really difficult, because it makes you use it a ton, but it blends these two in perfectly. And if you put the reps in like I did, you'll get there too. Nice. Brilliant. Just make sure you're not trying to kill it. You're just still doing a nice smooth motion, getting in good rhythm, and just really getting those motions in there. So let's do another one. Step over, club out the middle of the feet. As soon as I take that club back, I step forward. I can think about my belt buckle as I do this as well, if you want to. Oh, that was a nice strike. It just feels better. It feels a lot more effortless. You'll start to pick up a bit of speed when you do this drill. There's a lot of overspeed training devices. This is in their routine. The step through drill is getting that pressure loading and then moving through. Huge for power. So if you really want to have that nice downswing where you're getting that turn, you're getting that shift, ultimately just into a place where you can play better, more consistent golf, you need to blend shift and turn together. Now, the one caveat here is if you're struggling to turn in the downswing, there's most likely reasons why that is in your golf swing that you're doing earlier. There's loads of reasons, especially if you're a golfer who early extends as well. So that's where you're in luck, because down in the video description, I've got courses all about this, about how to rotate better in downswing. Most in-depth course you'll find on the internet, and for early extension as well. Separate courses are brilliant, or if you want one-to-one work with me, you can do that anywhere in the world on Skillist. Time zones don't matter in there. We can always do our work and improve massively. So get this in there and you're going to be playing much better golf. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video.